a strong and important partnership that has brought a lot of affordable housing opportunities to many communities. So thank you for that opportunity. I do want to spend just a couple of moments and talk a little bit about some of the programs that were used here and kind of elaborate a little. Rosemary did a really good job talking about the tax credit program and the value that it has, but I do want to note that it is a true public-private partnership. It is a mechanism where the federal government, through the Treasury, provides tax credits to the states that we then allocate to projects that meet certain criteria. And then we need to engage the private sector, because the money that actually supports this work comes from private investors who have applied their own level of diligence to whether projects make sense, whether they have merit, whether they are sustainable. And the result of that is that the tax credit program is an extraordinarily effective program that has had great success throughout the country. There are literally hundreds of thousands of units of quality affordable housing across this country, thousands of units in New Hampshire alone that have been created as a result of that program. And perhaps as because of that, while there's a lot of things going on in Washington now with tax reform and other issues that could be problematic, both versions of the current tax reform bill, both the House and Senate version, protect the tax credit program. So that's the good news, although we always want to be vigilant about this. At the same time, there are other programs that are critically important that may not be as protected. And so it's really important to us that we have a congressional delegation like Senator Hassan and other members of it who have been as interested and supportive of the work that is done with these programs as they have been, and we appreciate that very much. I also want to comment a little bit on the Affordable Housing Fund resources that were committed here. Back in 2015, Senator Hassan, then Governor Hassan, included in her capital budget an appropriation for something called the Affordable Housing Fund, which is a trust fund that we administer on behalf of the state of New Hampshire. And that trust fund's been around for about 30 years. It's received about $15 million with the state appropriations over the years. But what was unique about Governor Hassan's action at that time, it was the first time that a sitting governor had actually included in his or her capital budget request a specific appropriation for the Affordable Housing Fund. And in addition to that, she asked us to invest that money not only in workforce housing, but in workforce housing that had a specific focus on providing housing opportunities for veterans. So we worked with partners like Catch and a couple of others around the state to ensure that those dollars would be invested. And so as a result of that work, there is this project here, there is a project in Dover, there's a project in Bedford, all of which are going online within the next few months, all of which will include units that are specifically targeted to eligible veterans. And I want to thank the governor, the senator, for that work, and also note that it has empowered us basically to explore other opportunities with those partners. And then lastly, the HOME program is a partnership between New Hampshire Housing and HUD. It is a block grant that provides needed, very flexible capital to projects like this. Rosemary talked about how this project in the end is only going to carry about $200,000 in debt. One of the reasons for that is that there's a little over $1 million in funding that comes from the HOME program on a deferred loan basis. It's a critical program that is always very much at risk in the appropriations process. And so I think it's important, again, that the delegation hear from all of you about the value that these programs can create in the communities across the state. They have, again, been strong supporters of these programs, but it's important for them to hear from all of you how important they really can be. Lastly, I want to note that this is not the first time that we've been involved in a project that has not just provided quality affordable housing, as important as that is, but also a project that is part of a community redevelopment effort. And you can see extraordinary examples of that across the state, where many times the first investment in a neighborhood revitalization or a community revitalization effort is actually from the public and private resources that come in to support housing development in a mill or something of that nature. And the extraordinary outcomes that can come from that. And so I want to congratulate the City of Franklin and all of their partners on the efforts here, and we really also look forward to coming back in the not too distant future and seeing just what this has spawned. So thank you very much and congratulations.